Hey guys, so my kids are at school and I figured now would be the best time to go over the Elf on the Shelf checklist and tell you what the elves are going to be doing in the month of December. Now, there's a couple things I want to say. First thing, our elves leave on the 23rd. The reason they leave on the 23rd is because they need to go help Santa load up the sleigh, finish up any last minute toys, and report their final assessment, I guess, of the boys and whether or not they were on the naughty or the nice list. They also deserve to spend Christmas Eve and Christmas with their own families. So that is why we send the elves back early. So if you want your elves to leave on the 25th, you're going to have to add like another day to your list, because I don't have it. Actually probably 2 days. Yeah, you're going to need 2 more days. I kind of take the easy way out because I don't want to deal with it anymore on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Like, I'm over it by the 23rd. Like, I'm done and I'm ready to send the elves home. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is that you do not have to go crazy with your ideas. Do not feel pressured to go completely nuts like some parents do, myself included. You don't have to do that. For the first few years, we just did basic things, moving the elves around the house. I didn't spend any money. I just used a lot of construction paper and did a lot of like crafty things. And construction paper I have in my house always because I have 2 little kids who have to do school projects. So construction paper, you can have them cut up magazines. I mean, really, you can do very simple things. Have them look at a magazine. Have them play with the toys your kids already own. Very simple things that you do not have to spend a lot of money for, or just move them around the house. Your kids are going to love trying to find where the elf is. So you don't have to go super crazy. I'm personally doing more creative things this year, and I did more creative things last year because my oldest, he is 7 and he's starting to ask a lot of questions and he's really starting to probe me this year. So it may be his last year believing in Santa. I may get 1 more year out of him, but we're getting to that age where he's just kind of questioning the magic of Christmas and, you know, is he real? How does that work? And how does, you know what I mean? He's asking me a lot of questions, and right now he's pretty content with my answers, but I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case for much longer. So that's why I personally go a little bit more crazy, especially these last few years. My youngest is 4. It's easier just to, you know, I could easily move the elves around and he'd be happy with that. But because my oldest is at that point where this may be his last Christmas believing, I just want to make it as fun as I possibly can. But that's just my personal feelings. Christmas is like my favorite holiday, so I go a little bit more crazy for Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and start going over our checklist. If you want to see the things that I purchased for this checklist, it is in my previous Dollar Tree haul. So everything I got from the Dollar Tree, I was trying to make this kind of budget friendly. So go check those out if you want to see exactly what's going on. On the 1st of December, the elves are going to show up. Now, some years they show up with letters, they show up with banners, and some years they just show up. It's really just going to depend on what's going on the 1st of December. I may not go in order, but I'm going to try my best to stick to the order that I have set because I have the weekends highlighted, because on the weekends I have to have more simple ideas because my kids tend to sleep less on the weekends. They tend to get up and down a lot more. So yeah, I've got to be pretty careful for weekend ideas. The other ideas are a little bit more extravagant and I can get away with setting them up because school days they're more wore out and they're in bed early and they don't get up. So the first thing on my list obviously is they're going to show up. Then after that, I'm going to have them roast a marshmallow over a candle. Obviously the candle is not going to be lit, but it's going to give the impression that they were trying to roast marshmallows over the candle. Mailbox to Santa. I have a mailbox that I got from the Dollar Tree. I bought a notebook for each one of them that the elves are going to bring with stickers and envelopes so they can communicate back and forth with Santa. That is the goal. So I'm going to have them bring the mailbox and all the things to write with. I bought ornaments to paint at the Dollar Tree, so the elves are going to be bringing ornaments. I'm going to create an elf twister board and have the elves play twister with a few of their action figures. I'm going to have the elves make breakfast. That may be as simple as, making a mess on the table with cereal and making it look like they tried to make them breakfast. Something very simple. I'm not going to go too crazy with that on a school morning. The elves are going to tell jokes. My kids love elf jokes, so I don't know if I'm going to hide jokes all over the house. I don't know if I'm just going to color on the bathroom mirror. I don't really know. I'll figure that out when I get to that point, but they loved the joke telling last year, so I'm going to do that again this year. Every year, the elves bring either a coloring page that I print off or a coloring book. This year, I got coloring books, so they're going to be getting new coloring books for this year. Next is taking the kids to school. I'm going to have them hide in the car, and then they'll just take the kids to school. I think they'll like that. Now, I have a game that I purchased in the game section of, like, the party section of Dollar Tree, and it's Pin the Tail and the Donkey. You can obviously do cardboard, poster board, construction paper, and make your own Christmas-related one, but this is literally just a donkey pin the tail game. So I'm going to have the elves set that up and pretend that they were playing it, and then the kids can play that throughout the day. I have that set up for a weekend. I also bought wall decals at Dollar Tree that I am going to put up on the wall somewhere, and I thought the kids would like that. Race cars. Most likely I'm going to steal some Hot Wheels stuff out of the boys' room. They won't notice it's gone because they've got a ton of them. Hide it in my room, and then I will set it up in the living room when they go to bed, and it's going to look like the elves were playing with Hot Wheels. I'm going to have the elves also make a grocery list. Obviously, this is not going to be a realistic grocery list. It's going to be more on the silly side, but that is my grocery shopping day, and I will already have my grocery list made, so it'll kind of make it look like the elves wanted to help me make a grocery list. I bought a wind-up train set at the Dollar Tree. I'm hoping it works. If it doesn't, not a big deal. It's a new toy that just kind of popped up. They're not going to be too upset about it, but we're going to have the elves play with that. Then I have balloon party on my list. I did forget to buy balloons. Suggestion, get a balloon pump. You will not regret it. So I need to go get a balloon pump and the balloons for that, on top of the pajamas and the Christmas movie, or movie in general. I picked up books from the Dollar Tree. They had Christmas books there. They had all kinds, and those will be on our list as well for the elves to drop off and bring. On the 20th, I like to have the elves create some sort of countdown, whether it is a construction paper ring countdown, snowflakes the kids can pull off. You can get as creative as you want with the countdown. They like that 5-day countdown, and I do it every single year. So bringing that back. I am going to have the elves bring reindeer food supplies, so that way the kids can create reindeer food for the reindeers to throw them out on Christmas Eve. There's a couple different ways that you can make reindeer food. You can do the biodegradable options, which are oatmeal, sprinkles. You can get pretty creative with that. And then some people just do oatmeal and glitter. That's really up to you, what your personal stance is on that. We most likely will go the biodegradable way, and we will be adding in sprinkles, oatmeal, and I might see if I can find some other little fun things to put in there, and then again use for cookie supplies, which is the very next day. The elves will bring Santa's cookie wish list, and maybe wear an apron or bring the cookie supplies. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna do some sort of spin on Christmas cookies, because that's usually the day we make Christmas cookies, is either that day or the very next day. And then on the 23rd, they go home with a goodbye letter, see you next year kind of situation. So really, I have about 3 days I need to fill. Hopefully I won't have to put them on strike, but that is an option for me. I will put them on strike if I have to. I don't know if I'm going to find pajamas. I may or may not. The kids have a lot of pajamas, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have them bring slippers, or something different this year. I don't know. I'm going to look into it. Maybe a cute pair of Christmas socks or something. I don't know. But that's an option. I'm going to have them bring them something simple. And then a movie of some sort for them to watch, a new movie. They love that. And it could be, from the $5 bin. Sometimes Dollar Tree even has movies if you really want to go check them out. I I haven't found any that I love, but it is an option. So that is it, guys. That is our Elf on the Shelf calendar, checklist, whatever you want to call it. That's the plan for this year. Last year I did, I don't even know. Every year I kind of just print out this checklist and I just go with it, and I try to make it as easy as possible. I try to remember the things that my kids loved and the things that they were kind of like meh about, because then I don't want to do similar things because they didn't really like those things as much. So I do repeat the fun things that they loved, but I try to change it up just a little bit, so it's not like every year the elves are going to do this. I don't know. Like I said, I like to have fun with it, but you don't have to make it crazy stressful. You know, it's your house, your tradition. Go with it. So yeah, that's going to be it. Be sure to check out our other Christmas related videos, and I will see you soon. Bye.